Is that our normal process? Do we normally allow our light industrial next to a residential area?
It can happen with the buffer of a street. Having that right-of-way buffer does allow for IL to be in close proximity.
And if I may, if you look at the map, you could see that residential was already adjacent to IL.
I understand that. I don't know how that happened. It's not normal process for us to, I mean, I would never agree to that in my district. You understand what I'm saying? I could not be, in good conscience, put somebody's house next to a light industrial area. And so I had a hard time with this. That's why I asked if this could be commercial. I don't know what your use is of it for it, but it's, you know, I don't, but then when you put in the zoning, I can't downzone you afterwards, right? So putting it right next to residential areas is troublesome for me. And I'm having some concerns about it because there is somebody that lives there, right? And regardless of, you know, who it may be, I'm not going to put them in that position. So, and it's not like you're, you know, I don't know what your plans are, but what is that going to be 10 years from now?
Listen to me. My name is Jim Klein. I live in District 2 here in Corpus Christi. I have concerns about this. I have concerns about neighbors' access to these roads. I also have concerns about some roads that have already been closed that have kept some neighbors from accessing current properties. I think that needs to be addressed as well. I also have concerns that the idea of creating this, closing these roads in order to create a laydown yard would infringe upon or encroach upon the idea of a buffer zone between existing industries and existing neighborhoods up there. So I have concerns about that as well. I also have concerns about how this will impact evacuation routes during or following man-made and or natural disasters. And so I would ask you to consider those concerns as well. Thank you.
So that property owner, I'm sure they were offered an opportunity to.
Yes, it's actually a rental property, and they're asking $300,000 for the property. So.
Okay, but in the original buyout, they refused, and.
Yes.
So they have offered to sell the property.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the property appraised at?
I think currently on the tax roll, it's probably about $70,000, $80,000.
And they're asking $300,000 for it. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
I heard that the property is valued at $70,000, and he's asking for $300,000. But that has been the whole process of when the port decided to do these buyouts, is that the people that were living there never received an amount that they could say that they can afford another house to be built in another part of the city, because their houses, you know, lost value because of the industry that continues to just not let them breathe, not let them live. I would understand completely why that one person would not want to sell unless he gets what he thinks owes. But back to the concept, like I say, you know, here we are discussing these items at this time, 12:47. I believe, I mean, most of you knew that the residents of Hillcrest have been working on this, trying to get their voices heard, but now it's been squashed because they're not going to be able to make public comment until 5:30. So again, this is really impeding the rights of these neighbors. And again, I'm appalled. I can't believe y'all are actually doing this. But you know what? The whole city can see how awful y'all are being. That's all I have to say.